you began to get to know him as part of his legal team going back, what, a decade and more. And I'm really intrigued to know when there was the crossover from an entirely professional relationship as one of his lawyers to a obviously deep and personal relationship.
Well, Julian has described the embassy like a space station, and it really was a little bit like a space station. He was there for 7 years. I speak Spanish, I also speak Swedish, and once he entered the Ecuadorian embassy, I kind of became a constant in the embassy, because not all the staff spoke Spanish in meetings and so on. And yeah, it was then I spent more and more time with him, more and more, got to know him more and more, not as a, you know, as a Julian Assange persona, but the human being.
Right. I mean, again, sorry to be blunt, but I mean, he was a client. You know, you were a lawyer, he was a client. It was a professional relationship. I guess it's fair to say lawyers aren't supposed to then develop personal relationships with their clients, but I guess that happened. In
a space station, yeah. I mean, I followed my heart, and we're married, and I'm primarily his wife, the mother of his children, and frankly, I'm driven by my heart.
I get that. I suppose what's difficult to understand is how your heart could allow itself to fall in love in such a weird environment. You know, we know they had surveillance cameras all over that embassy. We know that Julian, by and large, was confined to a very small space. It can't have been conducive to really getting to know each other.
Well, love finds a way, and you know, it was an intense environment, and you actually get to know people really well when you're in a high pressure environment with lots of things were happening all the time, and
could you actually, I mean, again, I really don't mean to be prurient, but could you find space where you knew you weren't being watched?
Well, we knew where the obvious cameras were, and when we were in front of those cameras, we avoided, being seen as a couple. The corridors, the meeting room, the kitchen, and so on. Julian had the front room where he worked, and there was some privacy. We had a camping tent where we tried to have actual privacy, but of course there were also hidden cameras and hidden microphones, as we have since found out.